Hello, welcome to our tutorial on how to play Spider Solitaire. This game was given away free on lots of Windows computers, so a lot of people have it and don't know how to play it. But it's a really fun game, and it's pretty straightforward. If you know how to play Solitaire, it's very similar to that. I'm going to start with one suit. This is when we just play with the spades. So there's 8 decks of spades, and your goal is to try and get those organized from ace through king. And you do that by stacking them. So you stack them from king through ace. So I'm going to take the queen and put that on the king, jack on the queen, and you just stack them in reverse order. So 8s go on 9s, 3s go on 4s, 4s on 5s. Notice you can move a whole stack at a time like that. Again, very similar to regular solitaire in that way. And you can kind of move things around. Now, a trick with most online games that you can just double click and the jack will go over to the queen. But the problem with that is if you have multiple choices of where it could go, like this 6. If I double click on that, it chose to go there, and maybe I wanted it over here instead. So you just have to be careful when using that double click that sometimes it might not do exactly what you want it to do. Now, I'm really hoping here that we'll clean up some real estate, help us to go places. Doesn't look like we'll get that option. Alright, so at the end of the turn, you can look around for all the options. Like I'll look here and say, is there a 10? A 10 would be really nice. I could put this stacks there, but I don't have one. I don't have a 5 to put this on. I don't have a 10. 10. Kings you can't really move unless there's an open space. I would need a king to move that. 2s, I don't have any 2s, and I don't have a 5 to put this on. So at this point, what I'm going to need to do is click up here. This will put one layer of cards over everything. So all the work I've done to make them nice and neat is all buried now. It's kind of like having children, I guess. You clean everything up and then they mess it all up again. Hopefully when they get older they'll learn to clean up after themselves. We'll see. Good luck, Dad. Alright. Anyway, so I'm going to, again, continue to try and clean things up here. Ooh, good. Here's a great example of an open space. Now the open spaces are really nice. In Solitaire you can only put kings down there, so we would have to kind of choose which one of these we wanted to put down there. But with Spider Solitaire you can put anything down into that. So I could put this 4 down in there or this 9. Anything I want to I can kind of set down in there, and that will, open things up for me. Right now I'm in pretty desperate need of a 10, actually. And there's nothing that will help me get a 10. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to move this over to there and hope, wow, that was super lucky, that I got a 10 so that I can kind of, oh, I got another one. I'm really super lucky today. This is wonderful. So I was able to open some things up, which was fantastic. That was actually really nice. Let me show you another thing here. When you're playing Spider Solitaire, oh, I don't have an ace yet. I can't. Oh, I do have an ace here. Let me get this out of the way. When you're playing Spider Solitaire, what you can do is line up an entire row, king through ace, and it'll just get rid of that entire row and put it up here for you. So now those cards are all completely used. I can't use them anymore. They're done. So that's kind of nice that they do that for you, but that's the goal of the game, is to get your cards up there. So you can split rows and kind of go between. So if I have this one, king through 6, if I want to, oh wait, I don't want to do that one. No! Okay, good. If I wanted to do 5 through ace, boom, I would open up another kind of some more space for myself by doing that. Wow, if I have another ace, I can do that again. Wow. This game is really lining up nicely for us to take home the win. It's actually a perfect game for doing this tutorial because I'm not going to get stuck looking around for things to do, which is really pretty convenient. Alright, now I'm not going to go too much farther here. not going to get cocky or anything, but I'm pretty sure we've got this one down. So I'm going to move this off here and just give us a little bit of space to kind of move around. So I've got 7, 6, 5, 4. Nothing's blocked there. I've got some open space here to do things. Go ahead and bring in a new set and try to keep things nice and clean and organized. Got a king, a couple of kings, some sevens. Okay, so notice I'm just kind of keeping things clean at this point. The problem is if you go too fast, you won't have anything left, and if you've got a space open like that, then they won't put your next row of solitaire cards down, depending on your game, but usually that's pretty standard. Alright. So this one here is buried. This ace-2 combo is burying my queen. I don't like that, but there's not much I can do about it at this point. So let's put a new layer. Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10. Got that out of the way. Okay, so I've got a 5, 5, 5. I've got, well, that one's already on a 6. I'm going to move one of these 5s. I think I'm going to do that one. I've got an ace-2. I've got it up to 10 there. You know what? I have a king right here. Oh, I thought I could get at that. I can't. They're like, we'll show you for saying that you could win. Ha ha ha. Alright, and I can do a little bit of cleanup here. It's nice having an open space like that you can work with. So I'm just going to get rid of this just so that I kind of keep things from getting too piled up. Oh, 3. That's really nice. And normally, if you were going for a certain high score, you probably wouldn't be moving things as much as I am. Your score is often dependent on how many moves you make. So I'm like sitting here bouncing things around and just kind of just keeping it completely clean and even. And people who are more experienced at it and better at this than I am, they'll go for a higher score by moving less things. And you can definitely do that. But I don't really need to for this. Alright, so I'm going to get rid of another row here. Bing. And I just do that. Okay. So my goal is to try and clean things up. Look at that, I got a bunch of 8s. 3 8s on the last round. That's kind of mean. Alright, so 6 I can't move because of the ones they gave me. But the good thing about Spider Solitaire, which is different than regular Solitaire, is that every single game you get, you are guaranteed to be able to win. So that's kind of a little bit comforting, knowing that they don't give you a situation that you absolutely can't dig yourself out of. Let's move that over. Not seeing many of those 9s. Where are you? There. And then I'm just going to finish up this game there. There you go. So that's how to play and win at Spider Solitaire. One suit. You're just basically stacking, making the stacks, and winning. Hope that little tutorial was helpful for you. Have a great day.